Alrighty, tighty, here we go. Welcome back to the program, everybody. Welcome back to the program, everybody. Welcome back to another show. Welcome back to another episode. Good morning to all of my viewers, listeners, and Soul Tribe family. The name of this program is called It's a Conspiracy, but It Ain't No Theory. On today's episode, I'm going to be discussing gang stalking plus, surviving the New World disorder per usual, surviving manufactured chaos, surviving manufactured karma, surviving white genocide, and last but not least, surviving the electronic targeting holocaust. My name is Adrienne Alese. I am the author and creator of a book trilogy called Lucy's Lair, Part 1, 2, and now 3. Lucy's Lair is a book trilogy reflecting my life as a survivor of rape culture, child sex trafficking, and psychological gas chambers. On this program, I advocate for women's rights, basic human rights, and the rights of those disabled. I also advocate on behalf of the foster children in the CPS system, orphans, single mothers, foster mothers, and those less fortunate. Targeted individuals or trafficked victims are predominantly women. 65 to 70% of TIs are white American women or those who identify as such. This makes gang stalking an illegal operation or hate crime that is sexually and politically motivated towards American women, their families, children, and supporters. This program is a dedication to the TI community. The objective of the opposition or the counterintelligence program, COINTELPRO 2.0, is to subvert all of the target's potentiality, to terminate and to punish all supporters and sympathizers, to round down the target's output and audience, to marginalize the target, to eliminate connections and networking ability, to facilitate trauma-based mind control. Testing. Hopefully this works. So anyways, like I was saying, one of the things that I'm going to go over today on the channel briefly here is how I'm doing very well. I'm doing a lot better than my enemies will ever be able to bring themselves to admit. I was actually discriminated right up out of the welfare office, and it's okay because I full-blown told them off. Like, they're not getting away with this whatsoever. And the more that they do it, the more they look like a child trafficking pedophile. And they are. That's exactly and precisely what they are. I don't know why anybody in society looks up to Hollywood celebrities. They're all child trafficking pedophiles, in my opinion. And so are their lapdogs. So anyways, nothing good has come about from the gang stalking hypersimulation. It's interesting how slavery, this modern day slavery works. So as the slave, I'm the one doing all of the work for this COINTELPRO and making absolutely no money and being tortured. So apparently that's my quote-unquote karma for being racist. And what they really mean is that they're so racist they don't want to see me. Or so sexist, I should say, rather. Because this has nothing to do with race. It never did. It has to do with sex. So anyways, you guys know I have a very, very, very gigantic imagination. And these are sex crimes. Do your research before you come for me in my comment sections calling me crazy. Thank you. So anyways, like I was saying, my success actually scares my enemy so much. And they are so intimidated and so threatened that they have to systemically segregate and force me into this oppression. And literally took my whole family, myself and my family, to the fucking cleaners pretty much 24/7. It never ends. And so, I mean, you're talking when you do talk about me, you need to make sure that you remember that you're talking about the person that changed the entire world with a 1-2-letter comment. So that is overnight superstardom. That's overnight success. And that should have put me from the very bottom to the very top instantaneously. And what I'm dealing with is because there's a billion other people that have worked so much harder at their dreams to manifest their whatever it is that they got going on. What I'm dealing with is these people at the top who are taking me for everything that I got. And then they're turning around and trying to make it a race thing. It's never been about race. It's about sex. Do your research, okay? 65 to 70% of TIs are females that are white or Caucasian, American women, or those who identify as such. So before you come in my comment section calling me crazy, before you come out here harassing me with your headlights, before you pull up next to me or try to perform any sort of trauma-based mind control, just understand I am responsible for changing the entire world. Every time I speak, it's pure money. It's pure gold. They're capitalizing off of every single one of my intellect ideas, which is intellectual property. I have absolutely no privacy to the point where I'm not even free in my own mind. Forget about home. Forget about country. Forget about town. Forget about family. I'm talking about my psyche. Okay, this is some next level evil that I'm dealing with, that I have been dealing with. So anyways, I wanted to talk a little bit about how the gang stalking hypersimulation is manipulating these targets into thinking that they're being initiated into whatever their dream is. Like, let's say, like for me, for instance, I've been a singer and a songwriter and a model for quite some time now. Pretty much my whole entire life. And they will try to use that as like an anchor to try to manipulate me into believing that I'm being initiated, for something good, like following my dreams and becoming an artist, which I already am. I've already established that. I've already made a name for myself. It's ridiculous. And then, so they'll try to manipulate me into thinking that that's going to be for something good, like the way that my intention was. But in all actuality, what it really is doing is trying to initiate myself. I can't speak for everybody. I can only speak for myself into a blood gang or a death cult by doing these satanic rituals, this trauma-based mind control, and all of this other synchronized attacks. So the trauma-based mind control in the street theater is synchronized immediately after they perform it. They want the goal for them is for you to get on your device and immediately they're synchronizing that attack. Whatever it was that you've seen in the street is what you're going to eventually, as soon as you go online, you're going to see that. Whatever you spoke about, whatever you were doing, whatever it was, you're going to see that in the algorithm. That's going to be the first thing that pops up. So what I like to do is kind of like refresh my algorithm before. First of all, I censor it. I put my hand over it. There's tape on the front and back side of the device camera of the alien eyes that are on this iPhone here. And I cannot believe that I changed the entire world with the fucking iPhone and nothing more than an iPhone. So realistically, that's all I really need. And the rest of you out here with all your brand new cars and your brand new this and your brand new that, it makes me laugh that you need all of that. It makes me laugh. Anyways, and that you would think that other people would be envious of you for needing that. I don't need any of that. The only thing I need is an iPhone. Thank you very much. And the spirit of God in my soul and in my spirit. So it deep down within me. Thank you. So, but I wanted to talk a little bit about trigger words and trigger truths. And so, I'm not allowed to praise and worship God in this house because the person, my partner, my ex-partner, he's not religious. He's not a Christian. He's not a man of God. He's a serpent seed. He's a whole entire full-blown lie from top to bottom. So that would make him a gang stalker, absolutely. So anyways, so trigger words and trigger truth. So the fact that I can't praise and worship, I'm like constantly walking on eggshells. I don't have the freedom to listen to the type of music that I want to listen to. It's bad enough as it is that I'm segregated from being able to go to church and get any real healing for the trauma that has taken place in my life since COVID-19 has started and before. So the person that I'm with is not a man of God. He's not a man of the truth. He's not a man of his word. Every single word that comes out of his lips is a lie. Every single one. And so I don't know what that's about, but I could care less. Anyways, we are going to be going our separate ways. And why would I give a fuck about what the house looks like, what the RV looks like? I'm leaving anyways. I don't care. I could care less what you think. You literally get paid pennies like an hour for that job that you work. And for that brand new car, for that brand new house. It's not even worth it. It's not even worth it. What you're doing it all for something that ain't even worth it. It's not even worth it. It's worth nothing. When you die, you will not be taking any of your riches with you. So it is not worth it. It is not worth the child trafficking. It's not worth the exploitation, the extortion. It's not worth the abuse, the terrorizing. It's not worth it. The death, the murder, all of this is totally unnecessary, totally not worth it. So I disagree with the people who are out here thinking that this is all for the greater good, because it is absolutely not. To continue. So, one of the things that I wanted to go over, and I'll try to keep this brief though, is how every time I start to get to the point where I'm doing a little bit better, my abuser is always doing something to kick me down, to knock me down, or at least initiating flying monkeys and brainwashing them using triangulation and dark psychology to attack me, either verbally or physically or financially, in any way, in any regard, in every way, in every regard. So this last incident with my abuser, Jerron got rid of the storage that had all of my stuff in it. Okay? He didn't even let me go and get what I wanted or what I needed out of the storage. He just let the storage go. So that's all my computer equipment, my lighting, my studio equipment, every single thing that I need to use to run my business, to set up a studio and, stuff like that. Camera equipment, all of the lighting, everything, the furniture, the desks, everything, all of my important paperwork, every single thing, all of my nice photos, all of my important photos, just every single thing that I have come to own in the last 2 to 3, maybe 4 years was in that storage. And it's gone now. So, and this is just kind of how the way that these narcissists get down. They know that it takes time for you or for myself to accumulate the things that I need to run my business the right way, in order for it to look professional, in order for it to look nice, in order for it to have the right feeling. They know that I need all of that stuff, and it was done meticulously and it was done methodically. It was very well planned and thought out. And so, in my opinion, every little thing that I have is like a small investment. And it takes a lot of money and it takes a lot of time to get that, to build that. And so it's fully aware that I'm working on building an empire from scratch, and it's jealous. And because it's jealous, it does all of this bullshit. It does all of these controlling tactics and behaviors, which is bullshit. It's abuse. So, I could have given it away. I could have given that stuff to my family. I could have had one of my friends hold it at their place. I could have figured out what to do with the stuff that was in that storage that I wanted to keep, or the stuff that I need to run my business. It's not like I'm selling drugs here, okay? All right. So anyways, I could have sold it. I could have gifted it, Come on. I know you feel me on some level here. There is an understandable level of frustration because I'm already dealing with so motherfucking much at this point. And then now I have this. So all of my fucking stuff is gone. All of my clothes, all of the little costumes that I was wearing, all of my stuff is gone. And I don't think money is worth fighting for. I'm not one of those types of people that is going to start an argument with you over some money. I've never asked to borrow money from anybody ever in my entire life. I pride myself at the fact that my parents will never have a child that calls them up begging for money, for Coke money, for beer money, or for money for anything for that matter. Now, as a victim of a hate crime, as a child and again as an adult, my parents actually owe me restitutions. And that is money that I will never see. So anyways, that's why I do the advocating that I do here on the program.